Hey, good evening folks, this is Brent Easton with Easton Farms. See if I can get an update video in here before I leave. Kind of wrapped up with chores early this evening. Been a while since I posted any videos, so I thought I'd take a few minutes and do that this evening. Kind of give everybody an update on counts. Got those numbers. I just have them stored away in memory, so I'll see if I can get through that without screwing anything up too bad. I finally pulled the rams all out the other day and got a good count on everybody, so I think those numbers are pretty solid. Those numbers are as follows. So we had 30 lambs that survived this year off of this year's crop in total. 17 of those are ewes and 14 of those are rams, and they're all doing really good. No problems there. Had no losses or illnesses or anything. A couple of ewes kind of lost some condition. She had twins. The other one's actually her first daughter from last year. That brown one did that last year, and the vet and I just kind of reached a conclusion that she just gives a lot of milk. She had twins last year. And of course, their grazing hours right now through the hottest part of our summer are cut short, when they like to spend a good majority of their day in the cover of shade where it's cooler. So it's kind of understandable. But I think those two just give copious amounts of milk. Once I pulled the ram lambs out of here, both of them had, the brown one had 2 ram lambs this year, and the other one had 1 ram lamb. So since I've got them separated the last few days, I've noticed, I'm pretty sure they're going the other way and gaining back again. Their udders filled out tight, and I think they're going to be just fine. I've had the vet check parasite loads. Everybody's color was really good. Everybody's clean on the back. Everybody's appetite's still really good. And parasite load was pretty light, so you'll never get that down to 0, but as long as it's within a certain threshold, you usually don't have too much problem. Just keep everybody rotated and avoid building on that load, and you're more than likely okay. So our total numbers, we've got 36 ewes now and 17 rams. Now 3 of those rams are, one's the original, 2 are lambs from 2020's lambing season that I kept back. And of the 36 ewes, 14 of those are the originals. 5 are from last year's crop, 2020. And then the remainder of those, I believe that's 17, if my count's correct, or memory's correct, are from this year's lamb crop. So that does include the 7 that were born, 7 lambs that were born in total this past February of this year. The majority of those were ewes as well. So I think 3 of them were. I may be wrong on that one. I'm not real sure. I think 3 were rams, and I think the remainder, the other 4, I think were all ewes. So anyway, it's fairly close on the numbers. And the dogs are doing really good. I split the 4 dogs up into 2 groups, a pair for each flock of sheep. Pepper and Crockett are over here with the ewes, and Salty and Boone are over there with the rams. The other flock, the rams and the other 2 dogs, also they have the other hay wagon frame for shade, so they've got their own pond and stock tank over there, and this paddock's watered off of this pond here, off the back down there. Everything's plumbed. So spent the last week here mowing everything here and on some of the other farms, and everything's looking really good. We've still got really good soil moisture, so I don't think regrowth is going to be a problem, at least at this point. We are at the end of July, and it's anybody's guess as to what precipitation we get through August. August is kind of our, make or break month as far as rainfall. It generally starts getting hot enough in August that if we fall too short on rainfall, things get crispy pretty quick here. So main point is if you're green at this point in July, you've got a good chance of getting through a good portion of August with good forage and some moisture left over. But by the time you get to the end, you just don't know. But we've got some rain chances here in the next few days. At least one 50% chance of rain, I believe, Saturday. So we'll see what happens with that, how that plays out. Oh, I do have an update on this portable solar powered fence charger here. There's a X6i StayFix charger in there, and I hadn't been using that. I've been powering everything off of the main 18 joule charger over there on the hardwired pin, and just legging off of that over here. And so that one's been sitting idle. Brought it over here and hooked it up today just to use it, and it's not functioning properly. So I bought that back in August of 2019, so it's almost 2 years old, and it's still keeping the fence plenty hot. It's running about 6 kV, but it'll run at 9.4 or 5 kV for a little while, and then it just all at once drops for no reason and just randomly fluctuates from 1.5 kV up through 9. So apparently there's something funky going on with the circuit board. I don't know. So I guess that's going to have to be replaced here. As long as it's working, it's fine, but it's a reliability issue. And it's run practically non-stop for the 2 years that I've had it. Here for the last month and a half, it didn't get used, but no lightning problems for that 2 years. They're kind of pricey to be only last 2 years, but the remote that comes with them, if you buy them with a remote, it's such a handy function. And of course StayFix changed to speed right now, but I would really be super hesitant to get away from a fencer without a remote. I think Kenco sells some with a remote now, and I think Gallagher may have 1 or 2 with a remote, but we may try something else. But I've gotten by pretty good with those, and that caught a swarm of bees this year. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video or not, but that hole there, it's plugged up with a tuft of grass. I came over here one evening and I couldn't get the fencer to shut off with a remote, so I walked down there to it, and they had a swarm of bees hanging there off the corner of the lid. And I put screen wire over those holes, the vent holes that I put in there, but something got one of those screen covers off one of those holes, off of that hole there on the end, and those bees were started in there. I got them out and hived them, and they're doing okay. I gave them a feeder and they just started working away, but we had a lot of blooms and stuff over here for them to work on this year. Our pasture health's working out really good. But anyway, I need to block that back off, and I don't know what's going on with that fencer, but I guess we'll figure it out or get a new one. But anyway, so there's an update on the sheep and the dogs, current count numbers, updated count numbers on lambing season. I've mentioned to a few people that I'd get that out when they asked for it. So anyway, I'm going to get moving on here this evening, and we'll catch everybody in the next video. Hope everybody's doing well and having a good evening. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.